So day 3, I was at breakfast and I just thrust you guys into this conversation. Now let me give you the backstory. Walter is one of my brothers, but at this point in time he was basically a stranger, and I just wanted to share some of the deep conversations that we're having. It's not a coincidence that when you walk in alignment and you start moving in alignment and you put work behind your faith, you'll be aligned with other like-minded people and you have open, genuine conversations. We call ourselves the exceptional 7 of us that were really bonded together on this journey. We had deep conversations like this every single day, so I just wanted to give you a glimpse.
What triggered me to ask you is like when you kept on saying like the timing, and what's like glaring at me is the timing, like for us coming back here is in perfect timing.
It's not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence, right?
I don't even believe in coincidences. Like, you know, it's just answering the call. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then being able to be led. Maybe not knowing, like I was saying yesterday, you know, this was like being here was as far as my vision, as far as I can see at one point. Mm-hmm. But this was a lot. Like coming to Sierra Leone, going to be a citizen.
First time. You don't know anyone here.
First time on the continent. Don't know anyone here.
Wait! I didn't realize this is the first time on the continent.
Yeah.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, I wanted to come, but. Mm-hmm. You know, I've had business propositions and that kind of a thing, but it's deeper than that. Like I have to do more. Like when I come, I have to, you know, really, things have to be different when I leave. Like, I'm not just coming to see to town or to come to some festival. Like some people ask me to go to Afrochella, and I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I might could do something like that. Mm-hmm. I'll sleep probably most of the time, but just doing things that are meaningful and purposeful. So. Yeah, first time I was talking to some of my family members just about like the inventions. As a matter of fact, I was out with a friend and we were talking about just people, who we are, because I was telling her that I'm coming here. This was like in the middle of the whole Kanye, Kyrie, whatever, which is a big distraction. I mean, I'll talk about that. Like it's like a quarter truth. It's like, you know, these people are celebrities, you know, they already in bed with the machine kind of a situation. And so right at the precipice of an awakening of prophecy, biblical prophecy being fulfilled, they come out as control opposition with quarter truths to try to deter and to make a spectacle,
right, and to show the consequences
exactly,
that can happen,
right, of the thing that we all know is coming to fruition anyway.
Right.
You know, like this was already it can't be stopped, but you know, again for them to the powers that be, you know, our oppressors, you know, our conspirators, to get in front of it and just make a public spectacle of it, to try to get in front of it as it's happening. But anyway, and so what I was saying was that just going back to look at even the people who were enslaved in the United States, I mean, look what they did out of oppression. Like every great invention that exists,
absolutely,
from the cotton gin, dryer, washing machine, traffic lights, the cell and the cell phone,
right,
the filament. I mean, yeah, the filament in the light bulb. I mean, everything that, you know, George Washington Carver did with the peanut. I mean, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And these were people who were enslaved, who those things came out of being oppressed. Wow, you know, and so there must be something about that group of people who they may not necessarily, of course they don't know who they are, but if you just objectively look at what they did, how they revolutionized the world.
Any other group of people that had experienced 1/4 of the oppression that we experience would be extinct right now. like, it's just a testament of how resilient mind and body, no matter how much, like, we still have ways to go, right? It's just like you said, objectively looking on the outside, looking in on a set of people. You're a magnificent, brilliant set of people. We have so much joy. Like, even in the worst of times, you
forgiving people.
Yeah, loving people to a fault, and that's what kind of sparked me to leave the U.S. Like, where I'm like, nah, this ain't it, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but my Square Huxtable people, I speak freely, no matter whether people are gonna like it or not. Like, I realized, oh wait, this might not be my people. Like, when we saw what was happening, even with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, to me, it wasn't the time to protest. It wasn't the time, and I'm not knocking protests and different things like that, but in my spirit, like, at a certain standpoint, people fight for less things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to extinguish me and kill me, and I'm supposed to kind of ask my oppressor, please stop. Like, where they do that at? You know what I'm saying? Because even if you want to break it down to just brass tacks, like Animal Kingdom, like, you kill my child, I'm gonna annihilate you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a violent person, but it comes to, like, just rationale and logic. Why would we respond? Because we've been conditioned to respond this way, and conditioned to, like, let's just try to vote it away.
Sure.
And this
Sure.
and that, and it's like, nah. Like, I need to take myself somewhere else, because, like, what was going on, what I was seeing, to me, that's not healthy. But it's taught to us, like, oh no, be civil. Like, no, that's not, to me, that's not civil. When someone's attacking your human rights,
like your right to live.
And I'm supposed to be civil about it? No. So that's partially why I'm like, no, I need to go home to Africa, and find the African country that is less colonized. Because the funny thing is, a lot of the diaspora that's coming back home now and answering the call, like you said, some of us are realizing sometimes you can jump out of the frying pan into the fryer, right? Africa was colonized. Africa was traumatized by the same oppressor that's trying to keep Africa still mentally enslaved and physically enslaved. So it's like, kind of like, okay, just find your tribe here. But I feel like here we can do so much more than in the land of our captivity.
That's why I'm here. I mean, it's a dream. I'm
a
dreaming.
Dream fulfilled.
Yeah. Like, I'm dreaming. You know, I don't know. I'm really here.
Anyone who wants the whole conversation, there's 20 minutes that I cut out just because I'm like, I wanted to give you guys day 3 and I didn't want to keep you guys here all day. But hit me in the comments. The more people that tell me you want to hear the rest of a conversation with me and Walter, we get into some biblical stuff. We get into some, I said the man said something deep about the land that was promised and all sorts of things. So just hit me up in the comments, everyone, if you want the continuation of this conversation. But right now, on to day 3. All of us that were here were waiting to hear the word if we were needed for any immigration stuff today, but it looked like we have a day off, so we going out. Ready to go to river number 2? Can't wait. This is one of the most gorgeous beaches, so let's go. So I'm all about the information that I can give you, so this is a great time to tell you kind of how much it should approximately cost to go from Freetown to river number 2. It's a 40-minute drive. We hired a driver straight from our Radisson hotel, so that's probably more expensive than finding one on the road, but it was just the easiest. Amazing guy, Mohammed. He charged us 800 leones, and that was basically for like a half a day trip. So he was going to wait with us over there and carry us back. So 800, that's about, okay, let me put on the screen to do the math. As you can see, driving, we're starting to get a little bit more rural. You can tell the street is wider. It's, somewhat of a highway, getting a lot more like red dirt or red clay. You can see there's lots of developments of houses, and they seem like bigger houses than in Freetown in the city. I think I got word that, some of them are the diaspora. This is kind of the path to river number 2. And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about this, and I'll talk about probably a little bit later in one of the episodes. I got word that you'll see how beautiful and breathtaking this beach is. I got word that there's a Chinese fish mining company that's being built in Black Johnson that might devastate these beaches near the fishing mining. So that is very troubling. It's something to be aware of. But right now, let's just enjoy the beauty of this beach. This was the cost of how much it was to get in. I think it was about 100 leones, which is equivalent to like $5 roughly. And it's 20 leones per chair. So that's about $1. I'm always waving at you guys. Just because I'm excited to show you guys. Put in the comments, did you think Sierra Leone had beaches that look like this? Honestly. Tell me the truth. Do they show this to us, the diaspora? Is this the Africa that they portrayed to us growing up? Living the life! Look at these pictures. Oh wait! I'm showing y'all pictures? I'm tripping. I got drone shots for you. Oh wait, first, I had to do a photo shoot. Photo shoot time. Look at the sun. Okay, now it's drone shots. So while we're looking at Sierra Leone's amazing coastline and just the expanse of the beaches and the scale of the beaches, I'm not sure if this is even doing it justice. The sand was soft, y'all. The water was warm. I'm not sure if you can see in that shot, there was some African surfers. Love to see it. Let's pan around. Let's see what else I can show you guys. This is the direction going towards Freetown. So you can see like there's not sand beaches along the whole coastline. It breaks up. But I just think the main thing is I need to talk about now while we're looking at this beautiful footage. We need to preserve this is a natural resource. It might not be gold, it might not be diamond, but these beaches, one, can generate a lot of money. I think I was told that this beach is African owned, like the people that are running the prices to come in, the chairs, the restaurant. So I love to see that. I will always support that. Speaking of restaurant, look at what I ordered. Barracuda! And someone ordered the king prawns. Look how big those are. Oh, it was excellent. Okay, back to the drone shots and what we were talking about. But like I said before, that fish mining that's going to be in this area is very disheartening because it's being said that it's going to somewhat destroy these beaches. And it might destroy river number 2, and it might destroy Tokay Beach, which is another beautiful beach close by. So when I get back to Sierra Leone, I'm going to do some investigating. From what I know, it's already been approved, it's already been started, so there's not much we can do, but we can also always put pressure on the company itself to mitigate as much risk to the landscape surrounding it as possible. We'll see, y'all. But these are some of the houses. I'm going to take you guys in a couple episodes. I went along with 2 of the people in my group to look at real estate right there at the tip of this mountain. So you guys will be able to see that plot of land in a bit. But yeah, so this goes back to our discussion that we've been having briefly for the past couple episodes about Africa for Africans and, other ethnicities, other races coming into Africa and what they do. Do they help or do they devastate? And it can be a mix of both. To be honest with you, we can't just say everyone get out, right? that might cripple, there's people that are making a living off of some of these jobs at these restaurants, these hotels, etc., etc., etc. But that is a number one thing that we need to make sure the government is putting strongholds like this Chinese fish mining company. I hope they're mandated to employ a certain percentage, a high percentage, to me at least 80%, of Africans. Because a lot of times, sometimes people come into countries and bring all of their employees with them. No. That shouldn't be allowed. If you say that they don't have the skill sets, train people to have those skill sets. One thing I can tell you, Africans, yes, I'm going to stereotype, are highly intelligent. So in a short amount of time, they can learn any job or any skill. Anyways, I got dragged over. It's me that's always shopping. It wasn't me. Lies. I ended up shopping as well. I got some very cute stuff for people back at home. Walter, who you got a chance to sit in on his conversation earlier, wanted to get a shirt made because we have a reception after we get our passports. And so I got brought in to help barter because I am the master barterer. My boyfriend always says I'm relentless. No, I think it should be a fair balance, like certain prices, like even this gentleman, I highly recommend you guys find him when you're at River Number 2. He's far left. Just look for him. I believe his name is Asa. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. But his prices were so fair, it didn't really need to barter. Like, he made that shirt in 30 minutes, tailor-made from fabric, for 150 leones, which is equivalent to like $8-9 US. A couple people over, I think, was offering 950 leones for the same type of shirt. So 150, 950. You need to shop around. So we left River Number 2, headed back to Lumley Beach, stopped at a grocery store, had a slight delay. We realized that we had a flat tire, so the driver's fixing it. I hate to be negative all the time and talk about problems, but let's just make this analogy. Imagine going to China, imagine going to the US, and you're in China and you don't see any stores owned by Chinese, or you're in America and you don't see any stores owned by Americans, or very few. That's all that's going through my mind. But I mean, the bottom line is we need more African-owned supermarkets, whether it's African-owned or African Diaspora. It was our first night deciding to go out. This is the back way to exit Radisson Blu Mama Yoko Hotel. Because Radisson Blu is not literally on Lumley Beach. It's not literally on the strip. It's around the corner. So this is like a shortcut if you walk through the back. So this is still Radisson Blu's property. You're walking past the tennis court. There's a security guard and a gate. He'll let you out and in. This is what you walk out to. Vibes. This is kind of the start of Lumley Beach. Y'all, it was such a good time. Like, you're just walking down the street, there's just bars and restaurants and bars and restaurants, and you can just test out your vibe. This was kind of a slightly older flex. This was my Jamaican music. I'm not sure if I can keep this music in because I might get copyright infringement, but murder, she wrote. So I had to have a little jam as we were walking past, but we ended up at Golden State Lounge. It was kind of a younger vibe, get a feel. The guys wanted to play pool. So while we were waiting, we decided to have a celebration shot. I really don't drink, but I took one for the team. Had a shot. This was inside. Not trying to get in anyone's business that's in here. I'm just trying to show off the beauty that is Sierra Leone. So, some people want to see what the nightlife is like. A KK! Yes! My first ride in a KK. Hope you guys can feel the vibe like you were sitting with me. Feeling the wind, goodbye. We're going down Lumley Beach. We decided to check out another bar on Lumley that people were saying it's too far to walk. Really and truly, it would have been a 10-15 minute walk. And the crazy thing is we walked it a couple nights later and it was 2 in the morning, or it was 1 in the morning, and some parts are pitch black, and we totally felt safe. So that's just a testament. Again, you can see all the different clubs and nightlife and restaurants that we're passing by. We ended up at Mam's Beach Bar. This was my favorite place that we went. I believe this was a Thursday night. and you can see it's packed. It was pretty late. This is just one of the rooms. There's a huge room, and there could be other rooms. We didn't even go exploring. There was pool tables in there. I'm sitting here wondering how I missed the step and repeat and how I didn't do a photo shoot right there. Next time. Leaving a little bit of this MC. I wish I had his name, but just to see if you can understand him, because it's interesting. Creole, the language of Sierra Leone, to me as a Jamaican, it's a lot like patois, so I could understand like 75% of it. To be honest, I couldn't really understand this brother. Also, you know, he was speaking fast, and there's certain slang that I'm not going to catch, but on the day-to-day basis, me as Jamaican descent, I could understand most people. Whether I could speak it, it might take a little time, but Creole is different. There's so many different languages of each tribe. I'm Limba. Could I understand Limba? No. I bought a book. This is the book I bought. So I will be taking my time with Limba, but Creole is something I think it's super easy for everyone to try to learn. It's just broken English.